Yeah. I wanted to talk to you. My cameras are not working. Something's wrong with them, and everything seems to be different. And this has already happened to me once. So it's like I'm getting a repeat effect of it, and I can feel it as it comes through. So I was in there by the CVS. Is the cash register always such in a bad mood? Yeah, I know she's electronic, but come on, give me a good voice. I said, you're so grump. You gonna go dancing tonight? And then there was two of them on, two different voices. Both of them were grumpy. Both of them probably would have got a date if they would have said, yes, let's go. Used to go dancing, right? Anyways, I hear you. What are we gonna do with that Budweiser? Obviously, the beer is going downhill. And I was wondering why. I wonder if there's somebody in town playing music. Which I'm sure there is, probably here. Or there, or somewhere. Last week there's a few things. Try not to talk about things that make me crabby. Exactly. I got this freaking weirdo following me around, spraying drugs on me. What do? It's like, call the fucking cops. And the cops are like, well, are you sure? And I said, I tell you, I promise you he is, because, freaking, I have no idea who it is. Some freaking idiot. Well, actually, there's three of them. Three, two hers and him, but I was sure he did it. And it's like, no. And then finally we were out by a gas station, and it happened in front of the gas station. I called him. I called the cops, and I said, did you see that? You see all that freaking stuff? So I guess he got the video. So I'm done with that problem, I guess. What do you think that is? Even without knowing that you're a chemical or biological terrorist, or drug terrorist or terrorism with, drug mafia, whatever, all that stuff. I bet you get 5 years to life. And knowing that there's lots of people, I bet you they put them in the ground. They just changed the law just 2 years ago. They're starting to kill people. They don't put them in jail anymore. They put them in the ground. And all those drive-by drugs and drive-by terrorists and drive-by chemicals and drive-by nuclear radiation, all those people, they're going to take them all out. Well, they dump the population. They drive by and they just dump people all over, downtown, whatever. You know what I'm saying. And they attack me quite often. So, anyways, making a report on that's a big deal. Yet then the freaking police officer's not very happy. What do you want? It's like, well, I want to tell you what it is. And, well, I'm going to have to send you a car. Don't send me a car. I can tell you this happened and it's done, because it's a drive-by. So it's done. They're gone. Boom. What do you want me to do? Dispatch is like, I still have to send you a car. And I said, you sent me a car yesterday, and you sent me the car yesterday morning. Now I visit with the police station like 7 times in the last 24 hours. 3 visits with patrol cars. 1 fire engine. And still, whoever did it never got caught by me or by them. I guess that's when he does this little magic trick with the cameras, It's like, dee, 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 dee. Las Vegas, New York, and then they have all these cameras in between, and they flag the people, you know. So as they try to leave with their drug problems, they're not problems. They're assassins. You know, they're drug assassins. Does that make sense? Because they drive by and they spray stuff out of their car and just kill people. Anyways. People that do that are no good. How long's the video going to be today? Okay, I have to get going. But if I go downtown now, of course I get a primer beer. I usually don't drink primer beers. That's when you drink before you go out. Out of the, let's say all the times I went out to drink and get drunk, which I'd like to drink. I don't like to get wasted, but I like to, drink, have fun. But how many times have I had a primer beer? Maybe less than 1%. Actually, maybe less than 0.5%. Hardly ever. Never really did primer beers. I ain't got any friends, you know what I mean? Hey, come on, we're at some margaritas. I don't drink tequila, but, that's cool, right? Anyways, I'm gonna change, right? We're drinking margaritas. No one drinks beer. That's because beer's a meal. Beer's been around for a long time, you know what I'm saying? It's a proven way to make the fryer fat. And it's really not the beer that makes it fat, it's the stuff he eats with it. So he'll eat, potatoes, and then he'll eat sour cream and butter. Which, so the beer is actually fairly fat-free. It's not totally fat-free, but fairly fat-free. Anyways. Can you see that? See something hit my hand? I don't think so. That's a big one. Anyways. I'm going to try to download this so you have something. I was trying to do that internet stuff, the new stuff. It's like, make one of these. Everybody's getting rich. They're called NFTs. So they're non-fungible tokens. And what I said is they don't spoil. That's how I understand it. They don't spoil. Meaning, so if you had a Mead notebook, a big Mead notebook, then you would take that and it would get wet, well, it would start to spoil. So on this computer thing, it's a non-fungible token, so it's a digital item or asset that does not spoil. So, after 200 years, you're not going to worry about it. It's still there. You still got to pay 50 cents if you want one. Which in this case, it's going to be more. I don't know how much I wanted for mine, but it wasn't going to be a lot because I was going to sell like 50,000 of them. Or one. And that's the problem. You sell one, that's all you're going to get. $21 million. Now that would be something. 21 million non-fungible tokens. Now that would be something, But actually for me, 21 million is kind of not my number. 20,999,999 and 99. which no one likes that number because it uses too much ink up, you know. Too many circles, too many circles. Or circles. And 21's a big number, you know. 21's like blackjack, you know. That's what I always said. Take the red jack, which is just the same. Anyways, it's a big game, and they play on it. And what you do is you got 2 cards, right? And then you got a stack of cards where people give you part of it. So you flip your 2 cards over, or you look at your 2 cards, and it has to equal 21. Now, if you have a jack, as an example, or a queen or a king, you know what I'm saying? Then you would make 21, which is the perfect score, and you win. Unless, how I understand it, the dealer could tie you. Which, when you play with 50 million people at once, the dealer can do that. Which actually, they can't play with that many, but you know what I'm saying? They can play with like 4, I don't know how many, 3 or 4. So, they're going to win no matter what in the big game, but you can beat them. Maybe. So, you get 2 cards, you flip them over, and you want to get 21. You get 21, you almost, I think, blackjack, you automatically win. You know what I'm saying? Without even going to if they're tied or not. Anyways, I'm not sure. So, if, let's say you have a 2 and a 3. What else would you want? You know, you got 21 and then you got 2 and a 3. You have both sides covered. Bit that one hard. But anyways, so you got a 2 and a 3, and they have more cards, and you can pull cards, you know. So they'll give you, yeah. And supposedly, if you pull cards and you don't have 21 yet, then you win again. So if you have 2 cards and you pull 5 cards, so you have 7, you automatically win because you have 7 cards without breaking. Now, breaking is when you have 21 plus. So let's see, you pull your cards over, you get a queen and an ace, which is automatically winning, but in theory, if you took a hit on that, which means you took a card, you would break, so you lose. My buddy did this, and I laughed at his ass so bad. He says, yeah, I got in and I printed out and I took a blackjack lesson, you know. I said, you took a blackjack lesson to play 21? And he says, yeah. Said, why would you do that? How freaking hard is that? But obviously, in this little schooling, it puts you ahead of the game. Because it will actually tell you, you know, when you're on this number, which I'd never obey it, then I never win. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm on this number, you should hit. You should take a card. But if you're on that number, you shouldn't. So, and that way you can beat the dealer. Because the dealer can beat themselves, the cards. The cards can beat themselves, you know. You got a 12, they can get less. No, they can't get less. But I mean, if it's 18, yeah, they could on a 12. Because if they had a 12, they could have a king, which is 10, which gives them 22, which makes them bust. You know, so if they bust, you win, no matter what score you have. I'm just making this up, and I really don't know how to play, and I should just shut up because I'm not a professional. But I have to think of something to entertain you for a bit. You're probably on breakfast. I'm on dinner. And I need to chill out. I've had a bad day. Had a bad week. I won't even tell you. Anyways, then I got these little things people hit me with, but I'm not going to talk about that. It's been a bad week. And then I signed up for this account, this internet deal. And it was like, Sojo? Oh, no, no, that's not my name. My name is something else. It's like you don't know how foreign countries are, because foreign countries, instead of putting name and last name, they put so Nami. So Nami. I don't know. How do you say first name in your language when you don't speak mine? That's the tie. That's a chair deal. You don't know that? It's a CEO joke. CEO walks in the room and he's in trouble, right? So what he does is he walks over to the clothes rack. Clothes rack, where you hang a coat. And he puts it out in the middle of the room, and then he takes some tape and some letters and he writes his letters down and tapes them to the thing. Then he gets on a chair and he puts those two clothes hanger things right under his chin. And then, he stands there for 20 minutes until he figures out that, that's not too bad. You didn't actually choke me. Because he's in trouble, right? So the clothes hanger is going to choke him, and not the boss. Which he is the boss, but he's not the boss because people have little pieces of the company. So the guys that own them are really the boss, or the people that own it. But he's the boss. He's the CEO. Anyways, what do you think the little letters said on it? Yep, I knew it. A D. That was a good one. And an N. That's another good one. Y. That's a good one too. Then there's H. A. You didn't do that good though. M. When he's done taping it on there, he has to understand what the guy is trying to tell him. And this is what I am saying. It's not going to be as bad as you think, because whoever wrote that on there really meant it. My hands. Get it? My hands. Some people don't understand anything. And as soon as you get down off that box, turn it over and tell me who signed that. See?